Hello friends and my dear students. As in the last session, we have discussed about arc building technique or the process. So today we will see what are other factors and equipments required for arc building as well as the formulation. So as you can see in the first slide, which is arc building equipment. So these arc building equipments are like droopers, which is drooper characteristics. Constant current welding machines are used for good for manual welding. Means if you are going to do manual welding by help of arc building process, then you can use constant current welding machines. While constant voltage machines should be used for automatic welding. Means if you are going to consider automatic welding with the help of arc building process, then you have to follow the constant voltage machines. Okay, now machines with different setting, like this is your 80 volt setting, this is your 50 volt setting. Okay, on the y-axis, as you can see, this is voltage. On the x-axis they have mentioned the amperes or current. Okay, so this is your 80 volt setting on 50 volt. In this way you can follow that which kind of curve it is following when temperature is, when your voltage is increasing with respect to the ampere. Okay, this is the formula for voltage upon OCB, open circuit voltage. I is ampere, SCC is short circuit current, is equals to 1. Okay, and requires a large current 150 to 100 ampere. Voltage is between 30 to 40 volt, and actual voltage of arc welding should vary from 12 to 30. Means the voltage should vary from 12 to 30 in your arc welding process. And to initiate a weld, operators strike the electrode and start the arc. Means you have to strike the electrode to start the arc. So this is the way you can start the arc, and this much is the range of voltage for your electric arc welding process. Now let's see what is this duty cycle. Okay, the percentage of time in a 5-minute period that a welding machine can be used at its rated output without overloading, that is called as duty cycle. I will repeat it again. The percentage of time in a 5-minute period that a welding machine can be used, means over a 5-minute period how much time it is going to be used at a rated output without overloading, that is called as, that percentage of time is called as duty cycle. Now time is spent in setting up, metal chipping and cleaning and inspection. These are the processes which will not encounter in the duty cycle. Means if you are setting up your process, you are chipping the metal, you are cleaning or inspection you are doing, that will not come or that will not be counted in duty cycle time. For manual building, it is 60% duty cycle is suggested. Means 40% time in your manual setting or in your manual building is going to in setting up, metal chipping, cleaning and inspection. Means if I will say, these are the negative work done you are going to do. Okay, and the positive which is required or optimum is 60% you can allot for the duty cycle. And for the automatic cycle, it already become 100% of duty cycle, because all the things are automatic. Setting up, metal chipping and cleaning and inspection, these all things are automatically being done, so duty cycle will be 100%. Now required duty cycle TA will be equals to I upon IA to the square into T, where T is rated duty cycle. Rated means that will be standard. I is rated current at rated cycle duty cycle. IO is maximum current at rated duty cycle. In this way you can calculate the required duty cycle of any kind of process. Okay, now electrode, this is the major part of your building. Means how many types of electrodes you are going to use or how you can distinguish the electrodes. So as you can see, electrodes are of two types: non-consumable electrodes, consumable electrodes. Now what are the difference between these two? Non-consumable electrodes are made of carbon, graphite and tungsten. Means these three components, or these three parts, these three, you can say these three metals are the more constituting metals in the manufacturing of non-consumable electrode. Carbon and graphite are used for DC, means direct current. For the DC welding method, if you are using non-consumable electrode, then you should go with carbon and graphite. Electrode is consumed, that arc length remains constant and arc is stable and easy to maintain. In this type of non-consumable electrodes, whenever you are using, our electrodes are not consumed, arc length remains constant, means arc length will be constant and stable and easy to maintain. These are the characteristics of non-consumable electrodes. Now let's see what is consumable electrodes. Consumable electrodes provides filler material, means you have to provide filler material with this same composition. This required that the electrode be moved towards or away from the work to maintain the arc. Means you have to move the electrode either away or towards to maintain the arc and satisfactory welding conditions. So this is the way of utilization of consumable electrodes whenever you are doing any kind of welding. Now consumable electrodes are of three types, like wear consumable electrodes, fluxed or lightly coated consumable electrodes, coated or extruded consumable electrodes. Okay, for automatic welding, wear electrodes is in the form of continuous wire or coil. For automatic welding, you have to use wear consumable electrodes. Now let's discuss what are the electrode coating characteristics, means what are the characteristics are required whenever you are doing coating over electrodes. It provide a protective atmosphere. Electric coating will provide the protective atmosphere. It stabilizes the arc. Definitely it will stabilize the arc in the surrounding of your electrode and the metal where you are doing the metal or workpiece where you are doing the welding. It provides a protective slag coating to accumulate impurities, prevent oxidation and slow the cooling of weld metal. Means it will provide protective slag coating, means it will provide some kind of coating or some kind of slag coating which will accumulate impurity, means it will collect the impurities from the welding zone. Now, and it prevent the oxidation in the welding zone and slow the cooling of weld metal. It will also slow the rate of cooling in the weld metal. It reduces spatter, which is a unwanted particles on the workpiece, so it will reduce that spatter as well. Add alloying element, it can add some alloying element during the welding process. Affect the arc penetration can be reduced with the help of this. Influence the shape of weld bead, it will also influence the weld bead shape. Okay, it will reduce or it will increase as well, or it can be of different shapes. Add additional filler material, it can also add some additional filler materials in the part, okay, in your welding zone. Okay, so in this way I am stopping my discussion here. We'll come with what are other welding electrode properties, what are the binders, what are other characteristics of welding, that we'll see in the upcoming sessions. So till that time, do subscribe this YouTube channel of Engineering College Banswara for more such content of engineering, computer science, mechanical, civil and electrical. Thank you so much. Stay tuned.